Hello and welcome. I'm Rahul, and you're watching me on my Facebook page on my YouTube channel, Rahul Talks. And if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. I usually come up with new ideas, and information which can enhance your experience, can give you an in-depth insight about upcoming events, about contemporary events, whatever is happening in our current time, we will be able to abreast of latest development. So this has been my purpose, and that is why I work on myself and I try to bring something important to you. One motive I always, reiterate that if you listen to me continuously for 6 months, your communication skill will certainly improve, and that is what I'm working on. Because whatever I'm making in English, this is not my primary language. This is not even my mother language. But I know exactly that if I will be performing in this language, it will augment my own capacity, and I have improved a lot. And similarly you can do that. It is not our primary language, but it is a global language which is in demand, and that is why I want to tell you that each and every time whatever is in demand, if you will be catching up that kind of quality, you will never be behind others. You will always be finding an edge over others. And this is the time where in each and every aspiration people has to find an edge over others. They have to compete with others, they have to uh, face mad scramble in each and every segment of our life wherever we are living today, because we have to make a livelihood out of our skill set, and we have to find a job or a profession or a business that we want to start. So any kind of activities we want to indulge in, we have to do that, because we have conditioned our world in monetary values, where we have to live in with certain works and actions. And this is not a bad thing if we have conditioned our way, but we can bring a little bit compassion to this kind of harsh world, where if you don't have money, you have to perish, you have to go through a lot of difficulties. If we can uplift human consciousness to help each other, to bring camaraderie, to bring compassion for others, what will happen? We will be able to transform our society, and that is where the spiritualism comes in. Spiritualism, we always try to belittle that, but we cannot belittle it. Once you know that how much profound and significant impact it makes in the world, when you understand exactly, when you go through that very experience, because it is important that there should be an ease in happening of events. So if there will be forces opposing all the events, good events, so it becomes difficult to unfold that kind of reality in physical world. But when you will mold these universal forces and try to use it in your own favor, it can do miracles. And this is what I want to emphasize on. Everybody talks about apparent quality, everybody talks about rational quality. I also talk about rational things, but sometimes, in this year I have started talking about spiritualism, because when you continue your journey in life, you get experience, and this is what comes in. If you are sharing your experience with other people, you are saving others time, and you are informing them exactly how to take action in their life and what could be the profoundness if you are sharing your true experience with others. That is what I want to tell you. Many people are struggling nowadays with a kind of difficulties that these forces create, and these are transpiring in events such like depression and other mental issues. It is happening. It is quite apparent. It may be that some could have clinical depression, and it requires additives, some drugs to check the flow of dopamine in your brain. Sometimes you have to regulate that. When you fall combating these forces, you feel that your every base gets a stumble, your recognition gets a stumble, you do not find any kind of ground, you go very deep abyss that you can't even imagine. But when you come back, after going through all these difficulties, because many people tell that, what happens, you were thinking like that because your capability is not so, it is not like that. A born children cannot decide his own DNA. A born of children cannot decide his own DNA. It has been inherited. So same happens when this is the implications of the chemicals of the dopamine that is in your brain. If it gets access, it give irrational feelings. So that's why I'm trying to justify that. No one has, if they have clinical depression, they have to regulate their dopamine with additives. I'm not saying that it can't be controlled, it can be regulated, and once you come back, you try to mend your ways. Whatever chaos you have brought in the world, into the world, try to find it at a spiritual axis. You'll feel that you have to go through again that very pain in order to endure that. And you are the person who have to absorb all the chaos that you have brought in. If you'll not make it okay, your universe and the timelines of all those who have been connected to your universe will be disrupted. And this is your responsibility to bring it on platform once again. So these are the abstract things that I'm talking about. Many people won't even understand what I'm talking about, but if you will having such kind of intuitive mind, you will certainly figure out what I'm talking about. And that's why I want to keep it simple. That development is essential in the world. Your own development, your personal development, as well as of others, will only fructify the intention of world, the growth of world. And everything is connected here. That's what I'm telling you. Spirituality is something that is not a joke. Many people combat that kind of world. Spiritual warfare is real. And that is why I'm talking about it. I'm guiding you through this kind of situations because many people are trying to mislead you in the name of science, in the name of rules and regulations, but they don't reveal the truth behind it. But I'm telling you all that thing that is required with my experience, how you can mend your ways, how you can bring peace and tranquility to your mind as well as to the world, all whom you have created disruption. So that is what I'm talking about. I just want to tell you that a joke. I just want to tell you, if a Negra will captivate or make captive a woman or a girl and then he rapes her in his captivity, certainly the physical harassment would be more. So why not he should be punished more? If I will justify that, you will tell me that I am a racist. But I'm not a racist, I'm telling you the truth. Leave it. I just wanted to make a joke, But I'm telling you, the people who are trying to adulterate others' image, they're trying to do it from long time, and it is not something that is justifiable. That is what I'm telling you. You cannot disguise your truth. Just be calm in front of others with wholehearted. Every human being is not bad. There are many beings, who have been chosen certain path to get certain advantage. And if you feel that, if your honesty and integrity is much more important, you will not take that advantage. Rather, you will feel that in your integrity, advantage is there. That is what I want to make sense. Everybody should understand. You should protect your integrity as well as others. Because of someone's jokes or someone's misleading comments. If someone's fate is being confined, he is not able to get visibility. He is not able to get more influence. Over people. He is being confined. Because of the jokes of others. Then they should be punished. What could be the other ways? We also think of that, but if we will think in that way, we are creating more problems to ourselves. So that's why we try to pardon all that feelings. We just try to mend our own ways. If you have visibility today, that doesn't mean that you can create disruption to others' fate. And if you are doing that, you are making a mistake today. And I would request to all the people, that think of betterment of the world. I just want to bring all that things that is important to know you, you know, in order to ascend, in order to bring all the greater things that can happen to the world, betterment that can happen to the world, if you want to unfold something important in the world, think that spiritualism is a greater axis of that. Thank you for listening to me.